Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
We're so glad you're joining us. As part of our lively Later Life family, we're always digging into insights to help nurture your cognitive health, keep that mind sharp right through these golden years.
And today, this is a big one, we're diving deep into brain-boosting nutrition. Have you ever noticed, maybe after lunch, sometimes you feel super sharp, focused, like your thoughts are just clicking along?
Oh, yeah.
And then other times, it's like a heavy fog rolls in. You feel sluggish, can't quite concentrate.
Absolutely. I mean, just this morning, I had a really light breakfast, some berries, whole grain toast, felt totally clear, ready to go.
Right.
But I definitely remember maybe last week after a, let's say, richer dinner, my brain felt like it was wading through treacle. It really makes you stop and think. Is our grocery list maybe one of the best tools we have for staying sharp?
That's such a common experience, and it really hits on something critical. Your brain, right, it's only about, 2% of your body weight? Tiny. But it uses around 20% of your daily calories. It's a real powerhouse.
Wow.
Like a super high-performance engine. And like any engine like that, it needs specific premium fuel to run its best.
Right.
We hear a lot about, superfoods or the latest diet trend.
All the time.
But you might be wondering, okay, what actually works? And more importantly, why does it work?
Exactly. And that's what we want to get into. Maybe you listening have a go-to food, something that always makes you feel switched on. Or maybe something you avoid because it just makes you feel blah.
Yep.
Share those thoughts with us. With the lively Later Life community, we're all kind of figuring this out together.
Our goal today, really, is to cut through some of the noise, simplify the science a bit, and help you figure out how to truly nourish your gray matter.
Perfect.
Because a lively later life, it isn't just about moving your body, it's about having a sharp, agile mind too, ready for whatever comes next.
Right.
Now, we're not dietitians, let's be clear on that.
Yeah.
But we've done our homework, look at the research, and we want to make this complex nutritional stuff, approachable, actionable, and hopefully delicious too.
So, get ready. We're going to talk about the key nutrients your brain absolutely loves, some really powerful and tasty brain-boosting foods, and how your dinner plate can genuinely become a tool to boost memory, sharpen focus, and just support that overall cognitive vitality. Let's feed our brains for a brighter future.
Okay.
So, let's start right at the beginning. Why? Why does what we eat affect our brains so directly, so profoundly?
Well, it really comes down to just relentless demand. Your brain never truly switches off, even when you're asleep, it's working, performing millions, billions of functions every second, recalling things, solving problems, managing everything. And all that activity, it needs a constant, steady supply of energy. And not just any energy-specific nutrients. Think of them as like the building blocks and the maintenance crew for this incredibly complex network in your head.
Okay, so if it doesn't get that premium fuel, that good stuff, what actually happens? I mean, beyond just feeling a bit tired, what are the sort of deeper effects of, say, consistently not eating so well for our brains?
That's a great question. Poor nutrition, especially over time, can lead to things like chronic inflammation in the brain and oxidative stress.
Oxidative stress, like rust.
Exactly like rust. That's a perfect analogy. You get these unstable molecules, free radicals, bouncing around, causing damage at a cellular level. They mess up communication lines, can even lead to structural changes eventually.
Yeah.
The research we looked at clearly links this over the long haul to faster cognitive decline, memory problems, even issues with mood. So it's not just about, avoiding the bad stuff.
Right.
It's really about actively bringing in the good stuff to fight back against those processes.
Wow, the rust analogy. That really sticks, makes you realize how proactive we need to be.
Totally. You could think of your brain like maybe a magnificent garden. A garden needs good soil, right? Enough water, the right nutrients to really thrive. Your brain's the same. It needs that steady stream of specific high-quality foods so it can grow new connections, keep your thoughts clear, keep everything vibrant and, resilient.
Okay, so let's talk about those premium fuels then. For this magnificent garden up here, what are the absolute essentials, the key nutrients our brains are really crying out for?
Top of the list, definitely omega-3 fatty acids. These are absolutely crucial.
Omega-3s, right.
Especially one called DHA. It's a major building block of the brain itself, the gray matter. But it's more than just structure. It helps cell membranes stay fluid, helps signals travel fast. Think of it like upgrading the internet speed for your brain's communication network.
Ah, okay. Faster signals. I like that. So where do we find these omega-3s? If someone's thinking, right, I need more of that, what should they look for?
Best sources are definitely fatty fish, things like salmon, mackerel, sardines, trout, really good stuff. Aiming for maybe 2 servings a week is a great
We'll
goal.
go servings. Okay.
If fish isn't really your thing or you eat plant-based, you've got options like flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts are excellent too. And, of course, there are supplements. But as always, best to chat with your doctor before starting any new supplement.
Good advice. Okay, omega-3s. What's next on the brain's must-have list?
Antioxidants. We mentioned oxidative stress, that rusting.
Yeah.
Well, antioxidants are like your brain's personal defense force against that. They neutralize those damaging free radicals, stopping them from harming cells. This protection is key for healthy aging and fighting off neurodegenerative issues.
Okay, the defense force. How do we recruit more of them? Where do we find these antioxidants?
Think color. Brightly colored fruits and vegetables are absolutely loaded with them. Blueberries are famous for it, but also strawberries, spinach, kale, broccoli, bell peppers. The more different natural colors you get on your plate each day.
Eat the rainbow.
Exactly. Eat the rainbow. The more varied the colors, the broader the range of antioxidants you're getting, and the better protected your brain cells are.
Love it. Okay, and then there are the B vitamins. They always seem to come up when we talk health. What's their specific job for the brain?
B vitamins are critical, especially B6, folate, that's B9 and B12. Think of them as the essential workers in your brain's factory. They're vital for healthy nerve function, for making neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers that let brain cells talk to each other.
Okay.
And they're also involved in really important background processes like methylation cycles, which help clear out potentially harmful stuff like homocysteine. High homocysteine levels, the research suggests, aren't great for blood flow to the brain. So B vitamins help keep that whole internal environment running smoothly.
Fascinating. So it's not just energy, it's the actual mechanics of brain chemistry. And where are we finding these Bs?
Lots of places. Leafy greens again, whole grains, eggs, lean meats. One thing to note, especially for our Canadian seniors listening, vitamin B12 absorption can sometimes decrease as we get older.
Ah.
So if you're vegetarian or vegan or generally over 50, it's definitely worth having a chat with your doctor about whether a B12 supplement might be a good idea, just to make sure your levels are optimal.
That's a really important point about B12 and age. Good tip. And thinking practically again, especially for us here in Canada, any tips for sourcing these foods?
Well, tying back to those omega-3s, one nice little tip we came across, especially if you're out on the West Coast or can find it elsewhere, consider sustainably sourced options from our beautiful BC waters. Wild Pacific salmon, for instance.
Oh, lovely.
It's fresh, it's local, packed with those brain-boosting omega-3s. Plus, supporting local producers is always a bonus.
Definitely. Okay, so we know the key nutrients, omega-3s, antioxidants, B vitamins. Now let's get super practical. What are some actual delicious everyday foods we can easily start adding to our meals to give our brains that boost?
Right, let's talk food. First up, berries. We mentioned blueberries, but strawberries, raspberries too. They're just packed with those antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins, which studies have directly linked to better memory and thinking skills.
Berries. Easy to add to.
Super easy.
Yeah.
A handful in your morning oatmeal, maybe some yogurt. Perfect start.
Okay. What about for snacking? You know, that mid-afternoon slump.
Nuts and seeds are brilliant for that. Walnuts, they even look a bit like little brains, don't they?
They do.
They're rich in those omega-3s we talked about. Almonds, pecans, sunflower seeds. Great for vitamin E, which is another really powerful antioxidant. Just a small handful can make a real difference in keeping you focused.
Good to know. And you mentioned leafy greens before for the vitamins. How can we sneak more of those in? I mean, beyond just salad.
Oh, absolutely. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, collard greens, they're nutritional powerhouses, full of vitamin K, lutein, folate, beta-carotene, all linked to slowing down cognitive decline. So yeah, don't just think salad. Try throwing a handful into a smoothie. You often won't even taste it.
Good idea.
Or wheat some into an omelet or a stir fry right at the end. Easy peasy.
Okay. And what about carbs? We need energy, right?
Definitely. But the type of carb matters. Whole grains are key here. Oats, brown rice, whole wheat bread. Unlike refined grains like white bread or sugary cereals, which can cause those big blood sugar spikes and then crashes.
Yeah, the crash is the worst.
Awful for brain fog. Whole grains give you a nice, steady release of glucose. And glucose is the brain's main fuel. That steadiness is vital for keeping your thinking sharp all day long.
Steady energy. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, confession time. Many of us rely on that morning coffee or tea. What's the verdict there? Good, bad, indifferent for the brain?
Good news, mostly. In moderation, both can be beneficial. Coffee's caffeine definitely gives you that alertness and concentration kick.
Yeah.
Green tea has caffeine too, but it also has something called L-theanine. And the research suggests L-theanine can promote a sort of calm, focused state, maybe without the jitters some people get from coffee.
Interesting. Calm focus. I like the sound of that. So really, it sounds like the big takeaway here is variety and color, right? Like painting a picture on your plate.
That's a perfect way to put it. Think of your plate as a vibrant palette. The more natural colors, the more variety you get from all these different food groups, the berries, the greens, the nuts, the whole grains, the more complete the nourishment your brain receives. Eating that rainbow truly helps build a brighter brain.
Okay, so individual foods are great, but sometimes having a bit more structure helps. Is there a specific eating pattern that's known to be particularly good for brain health?
Yes, absolutely. For a more structured approach, we really should talk about the mind diet. It's actually designed and studied specifically for its brain protective benefits.
Ah, the MIND diet. I'd heard of that. It stands for Mediterranean Dash Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay, right? Quite a mouthful.
It is. But the concept is brilliant. It basically takes the best bits of the well-known Mediterranean diet, which is great for heart health, and combines them with the Dayash diet, designed to lower blood pressure.
So a kind of hybrid approach.
Exactly. It puts a big emphasis on plant-based foods, fruits, veggies, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and suggests limiting things like red meat, butter, cheese, sweets, and fried foods.
Okay, so what are the sort of core components? If someone wanted to follow it, what should they focus on eating more of?
Right. The MIND diet highlights 10 key brain-healthy food groups it recommends aiming for. Green leafy vegetables like spinach or kale, at least 6 servings a week.
6. Wow.
Yeah, they're that important. Then other vegetables, at least 1 serving a day. Berries, at least 2 servings a week. Nuts, about 5 servings a week, using olive oil as your main cooking fat. Whole grains, aiming for 3 or more servings daily. Fish, at least once a week, especially those fatty fish. Beans, 4 or more servings a week. And poultry, like chicken or turkey, at least twice a week.
Okay, that's quite a list. And what does it say to limit? You mentioned a few things.
Yeah, it specifically advises limiting 5 less healthy groups.
Yeah.
Red meat, less than 4 servings a week. Butter and stick margarine, less than a tablespoon a day. Cheese, less than 1 serving a week. Pastries and sweets, less than 5 servings a week. And fried or fast food, less than 1 serving a week.
So it's not about completely banning things, just being mindful about frequency.
Precisely. And what makes the MIND diet so compelling, according to the research we looked at, is the synergy. It's not just one food, it's how these components work together. They help reduce that inflammation and oxidative stress we talked about.
Right.
Studies have actually shown that people who stick closely to the MIND diet tend to have significantly slower rates of cognitive decline as they age. One major study even suggested it could potentially cut the risk of Alzheimer's by over 50% for those who followed it rigorously.
Over 50%? That's huge.
It really is. It provides a fantastic evidence-based framework if you're looking for a long-term strategy for cognitive health.
Okay, that is incredibly compelling. But I can also see how that list might feel a bit daunting for someone starting out. Any advice on how to begin?
Absolutely. And this is a key takeaway from the research, too.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it all at once. Don't feel pressured to completely overhaul your diet tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Maybe just pick 1 or 2 things from that good list to add in this week. Perhaps add berries to your breakfast or swap white rice for brown rice.
Oh.
Or, on the flip side, maybe cut back on 1 thing from the limit list. Small, consistent steps. That's the secret. They really do add up to big results over time.
Start small, stay consistent. That sounds much more manageable. Okay, so we've covered nutrients, specific foods, even a whole dietary pattern. But are there other nutritional factors, maybe ones we don't think about as much, that are also really important for brain function?
Yes, definitely. 2 crucial ones that often get overlooked are hydration and portion control.
Ah, hydration, water. So important, yet so easy to forget.
Isn't it just? Your brain is about 75% water. Even being mildly dehydrated, we're talking just a 1 or 2% drop in your body's water levels, can mess with your concentration, affect your memory, even impact your mood.
Really? Just 1%?
It's surprisingly sensitive. Think of it like trying to run complex machinery without enough oil or lubricant. Things just don't work as smoothly. So making sure you're sipping water throughout the day is key. Keep a water bottle handy. Maybe set reminders on your phone if it helps. Trying to chug a bunch of water at the end of the day doesn't work nearly as well as consistent hydration.
Okay, keeping the brain lubricated. Got it. And portion control, how does that fit in with brain health specifically? We usually think about it for weight management.
Well, weight management is linked because excess weight and the inflammation that often comes with it aren't great for the brain, but it's also about blood sugar stability.
Back to the blood sugar spikes.
Exactly. Eating overly large meals, especially if they're heavy in refined carbs or sugars, can send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. Those peaks and troughs, the research shows, are stressful for the brain and can lead directly to that feeling of brain fog and energy dips. Maintaining stable blood sugar through balanced portions helps provide that steady, reliable energy supply your brain needs to function optimally all day long.
Okay, so it's not just what you eat, but also how much and how often to keep things stable.
Precisely. Think of water as the essential lubricant for your brain's gears keep sipping to keep them turning smoothly. And remember, moderation in everything, even the good stuff, helps keep that brain energy steady and focused, avoiding those jarring ups and downs.
Right, that makes perfect sense. Wow. Well, lively later life friends, what a deep dive this has been. We've really explored the incredible power that nutrition holds, haven't we? It's not just about general health, it's specifically about fueling your brain, boosting your memory, and really helping keep your mind sharp and agile for all the vibrant years ahead.
That's absolutely right. It's amazing how profoundly what you choose to eat impacts how you think, how you feel, your brain's day-to-day performance. By consciously bringing in more of those key players, the omega-3s, the antioxidants, the B vitamins, and maybe using a pattern like the Mind Diet as a guide, you really are making a powerful investment in your long-term cognitive vitality.
And it's empowering, isn't it? Making these smart food choices isn't just ticking a box for physical health. It's actively equipping yourself with a clearer, more agile mind. That means being better able to learn new things, tackle challenges, and just fully engage with and enjoy every moment of your lively later life.
Couldn't agree more. And if this deep dive today sparked some ideas, maybe helped you think about making smarter food choices for your brain or gave you some new meal inspiration, please do let us know. Maybe hit that like button.
Yes.
And definitely please subscribe to the Lively Later Life channel if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell too. We're dedicated to bringing you more practical tips and valuable insights to help you live a truly vibrant and fulfilling later life.
We genuinely want to hear from you too. What's your go-to brain-healthy food? You know, the one that always seems to make you feel sharp and focused. Or maybe a favorite meal that keeps your mind humming. Share your tips and the delicious ideas down in the comments below. You never know, your suggestion might be just what someone else in our lively later life community needs to hear.
Absolutely. We learn so much from each other. Join us next time as we dive into another topic aimed at keeping your mind active and engaged. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep living your lively later life to the absolute fullest.